I'm David McIntyre, and today we'll be learning about math in grade 2, specifically fractions. So on the first slide of our smartboard show, we're just quickly going to talk through a couple of terms that we need to learn about fractions. So first off, it shows that we have one fraction is half, so one half of something. So we see an orange cut into two, which shows that there's two halves. As well as fourths, which is cutting something into four. Sixth, which is kind of like a pie, where you see 6 pieces of something. And eighths, where it's kind of like a pizza, where you get one slice. So 1/8 would be one piece out of an 8-piece pizza. So as we move on to the second slide, we actually see more examples of what a half looks like, or 7 out of 9 or stuff like that. So we're going to use the writing utensils to actually write down what we see here. So we see here, perfect, that looks like 1/3 to me. So we're going to write 1/3 for right there. And so we can also write that in words. So we can write 1/3, which, if we can decide, maybe like that doesn't really look that good, we'll erase that and we can add something else. Then we're going to move on to parts of a fraction. So there's 2 parts of a fraction that we need to learn about, and that is the numerator, which is the top part of the fraction, which is how many parts you're actually talking about. So how many pieces of the pizza are you going to eat or want to have? And then the bottom half of the fraction is the denominator. And that's the total number of the equal parts. So that is the whole amount that you're dealing with to start, which is great. So now we're going to do an activity about what we've learned. And so this can definitely be used with the kids, and it's just it's like a quick fun quiz that we can all do. So the first question is, what is the denominator of this fraction, 3 out of 4? So we just learned that the denominator is actually the bottom part of the fraction. So that's the total amount that we're dealing with. So we see the second half of this fraction is 4. So let's see if 4 is correct. Perfect, we got a check mark, that's exciting. Then we can move on to the next question. What is the numerator in this fraction? Is 2 out of 6. So we learned that the numerator is the top part, or the first part of the fraction, and the portion that we're looking for. So we know that this is going to be 2. So this continues on for a few questions until the kids really start to get it, which is awesome. So in conclusion, we can read, we can erase, we can use fun quizzes, we can incorporate different images and words to actually help teach the lesson, and for visual learners as well as auditory, as we walk through it together as a class to show how the whiteboard can improve a lesson.